Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. Today I'm looking at Super Methane Brothers on the Commodore Amiga. This is actually CD32. Yeah. Running it through Amiga Game Selector on Win UAE. So whether there's supposed to be music or not, I don't know. I'm guessing there should be. But anyway, we're going to look at it without music. We'll just assume there is some. I don't know.
Turbo.
So immediately getting bubble bobble vibes. And obviously this is on the AGA chip. Whoopsie daisy. You can see that I just pushed the wrong button on the controller and it brought up the virtual keyboard. So apologies, that might happen a few times. I can't remember what button does what. Anyway. So the idea is that you spray these bugs. Oh dear. You spray these bugs with, I don't know, I can only assume it's fart gas. And then it puts them inside this sort of cloud, and then you can put them inside your gun and blow them back out again. I'm not sure. Hang on, I'll get used to this in just a moment. Just let me get my bearings. Okay, so we puff the things and we throw them into a wall. There we go. So yes, it's going to be onto a solid surface. There we go. And lots of loot erupts from their corpses, which is great. So my immediate thoughts turn to Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Islands, that sort of jazz. Probably Parasol Stars as well. And I'm going to say I think they did it slightly better. Which is a shame. But yeah, sorry, I was just shooing my cat out of the office. But yeah. It's all right. I mean, let's have a look at it visually, shall we? So, first of all, let me just say it's a two-player game. I do believe 2 players at once, which makes it that little bit higher on the scoreboard for me. You always know how I feel about multiplayer games. Always good if you can play with a friend. If you've got friends, that's an extra bonus. So there you go. So we're going to plough through this game as much as I can, and with the time allotted, which is normally about 15 minutes. Yeah. So just give or take, and sometimes I finish up the review and let you guys have a bit more with the sound up a little bit higher. Yeah, so I like the fact there's different mobs already, or different enemy types. Mobs is quite a MMO type. I like the fact some of the loot has sound effects as well. That's quite a nice feature, but yeah, I don't know. It feels a little sluggish on the jumping. I don't know. Maybe the character's too big. I don't know. You'll have to see if you can get what I mean by that. But the character it's almost like he's too big for the screen, and it almost struggles a little bit with the inertia when you're jumping around. It doesn't feel quite as fluid as it should. I think if you play the game, you'll get what I mean by that. It's a shame you can't sort of bowl these guys into each other. That would have been quite a nice feature, to be able to do that. To be able to smack your enemies into each other, that would have been quite a nice thing to do. But I guess it's got to have its individuality and not copy too much of any other games. It is difficult when you've got a platform game not to be compared to other games, especially when it is practically Bubble Bobble here. And I like the fact also that it gives you a bit of a challenge by not killing the enemies outright. If you're not close enough to a wall, it will just spit them out, and they will just resume their flight paths or their paths of movement. So you've got to be aware of that. Now you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there that we've got some cards that we're collecting. I don't know what those do, but we'll tackle them as and when we come across them. I'm guessing if you get one of each suit, it's something like extra lives or something like that, like the extra in Bubble Bobble. We shall see. Oh, there's a door. I'm not sure. Oh, it's disappeared again. Never mind. Top left, you've got your score, followed by your life count, and I do believe the number in the middle is the level that you're on. Oh, there we go. We've got 2 cards now. So it looks like we've got to get aces in each suite. So there you go. We'll continue to look out for those. We'll move on to the controls so we get those out of the way. There's left, right, up and down, jump, and fire. The jumping feels a little off. I don't know. It just feels really not laggy, but I don't know. It's not very. It's responsive, but it doesn't feel responsive. It's almost a little. Oh, there's another card. Oh, we are getting good on collecting these. Can't get that chest. How the hell are you supposed to get in there? Never mind. Oh, maybe it's just deposited the chest. I don't know. I don't know how this game works. It's weird. So now we've got lots of these gems we can run around and collect. I'm guessing this is just for a high score moment. We've got, a very generous, it's like 10 seconds. And we just got a plethora of loot appear out of nowhere. So we've got a few bits and pieces there. Anyway, you can see on the far right-hand side, in the top right-hand side, that is player 2's lives and everything else. So if you have got a friend with you, that's where their score and everything else would be. So yeah, it's all right. It's not. It doesn't bring anything new to the table. Once you've played Parasol Stars, Bubble Bobble, Rodland, everything like that, if you've already played those, then there's nothing really new for you here. But as a standalone on its own, if you've never played any of those games, I guess you could say it's actually, yeah, it's all right. There's a few things that I would change. I would probably change the size of the sprite to be a little bit smaller, and to check out the jumping. It's a little. It doesn't feel like you're in control of the jump at all. It's quite, I'd say, sluggish. If you watch how I jump, then you will see what I mean. There you go. Look, there's like no control over it. But there we go. Now the sound, I'm only going to mention what we can hear. So we've got the spray gun there. I would think that would have been infinitely funnier if it was farts making that noise, because it is methane after all. But you know, we can forgive it for that, I guess. Having farts going off every 5 seconds would probably be quite annoying eventually. So they've gone with this sort of spray noise, which reminds me of Psst on the ZX Spectrum. I don't know if anyone remembers that game. Another one I must add to my playlist, of course. But all in all, it's all right. The colours are nice. The sound's nice. Controls are okay. They do respond. So it's just that animation of the jump. It just feels off. But the game itself, yeah, it's fun enough. Kind of pays homage to the games that we've already mentioned, so I'm not going to mention them again. But it's sort of, pays tribute to them. That's nice. This grapple hook thing is a bit bizarre, but never mind. But I suppose it's a unique way of getting from one level to another. Not seen a grapple hook being used before. So yeah, it's got its unique features, I suppose. But all in all, it's good fun. It is fun. It's a fun game. I think you'd enjoy it if you like this kind of game. I would say it's probably more fun with 2 players than it will be for 1. I'd say it doesn't bring much new to the table, if anything. But you can't expect games to just be pulling out the stops all the time. So there's another card. We've already got that one, so that will just give us a score, won't it? I think. But the sound effects are okay. They're okay. You've got weird ones where some of the toys that you drop on the floor make noises, like the duck there that you heard there. There's a steam train which will do a woo-woo noise, as you can hear. You will hear these little odds and sods going off as we play. That's an annoying one, by the way. The ouch is really that sort of crying sound really does get on your tits after a while. But I'm speaking from the heart here. Speaking from the heart. I like it, but I don't like it. I don't know what it is. There's just something I can't quite put my finger on here. I don't know. Maybe it's just the things I've already mentioned just bugging me a bit too much. But there you go. But it doesn't detract for gameplay. It's playable. It's absolutely a playable game. And would you come back and play it again? Well, I would probably imagine that you would. I personally, once this is done, I'm not going to come back to this game again. But that's my own personal preference. You guys might have played this when it was actually released back in the day. And I'd like to hear from you if you did, because it would be interesting to know your thoughts. Just cascaded this entire level with fire. Don't play with fire, kids. It's dangerous. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good game. It's got its positives, it's got its flaws, but at the same time, I'm still here reviewing it. If it was that bad, I would have switched it off by now and given you guys the heave ho. So there you go. Age rating, pretty much any, because one, little ones are going to love the cartoony graphics on this, and the colours are all going to... Oh, God, clowns. I hate clowns. Anybody else hate clowns? I fucking hate clowns. But there you go. If you are a clown, I hate you. But there you go. So, yeah. I think that just about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a few more minutes of the game without me wattling over the top of it, but I hope you've enjoyed the review nonetheless, and if you have played this game in the past, let me know. I do believe they re-released it for Android and iOS as well. Whether or not it brings anything new to the table, I don't know. But this was released on the A500, A1200, and CD32 on the Amiga front. These clowns are kicking my ass. What's going on? But there we go. So until next time, my friends, you keep it retro, and as usual, it's bye for now. Bye bye.
Turbo. Yeah.
Quack quack.
Gotta move on, buddy. Got it. Yeah.
Quack quack.
Yeah.